Hey guys, what's going on? Got a lot of stuff to check out. Maybe not a lot, but some stuff. And this thing, I don't know. I can't keep that crap shut. But we'll get into it. So these are both NTI EDC, and this one is coming from Mucitup TikTok shop. Yeah, these are all three from TikTok. They sent them out to me to check out and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I'll check it out. I don't know what all this is. Looks like a bunch of stickers from Mucitup. Oh, one's a pouch or a patch. Muck is the way. That's kind of cool. I like that. I like firearms, so I'm definitely in the firearms. So that's cool. I like that. Some more stickers. Oh, I think this thing's called the Rhino or something. No, that's not a sticker though. These are stickers though, right? Yeah, these are stickers. That's cool. Yeah, I think this thing's called the Rhino. And 10% off. Okay. Thank you for your purchase. Cool. I dig it. I do like that pouch. Or I almost said pouch, that patch. I think that's pretty cool. Let's check out this out. Is there anything on it? No information. Ceros. Is it called the Ceros? Yeah, I think it is called the Ceros. Yeah. It just looks like yeah, that's what it is. The rhino horn. Yeah, like blade shape, I guess. So it's the Ceros aluminum. Well, let's just get it out. Got all the information right there. That's what it looks like. It's not a knife. It's a warning. Oh, what the heck is all this, dude? It man, it kind of hooked it up. Little back or a lanyard, I guess. Came with extra screws. Here, kind of show you up close. Okay, you got your little screwdriver right there. That's cool. Dude, that's kind of nice that they did that. Did they give you a bunch of stuff? Little lanyard or whatever? Dude, that's kind of cool, man. Presentation sometimes goes a long way. I'm definitely a believer in that. Let's check the knife out, though. And it's a full-size knife, too. Dude, look at the freaking blade. It's a long knife, man. It's a long freaking blade, too. Oh, got a little something down there. A little cloth. Dude, that's a bigger knife than I thought it was going to be. So, it's got the rhino horn blade. It's 3.875 inches long. Yeah, so it's almost a 4-inch knife. Good lord. It's got D2 steel. Let's have it on there anywhere. No, that's fine though. So it's Ceros, Mucitup. Got their name on there. Ceros twice. See, I don't know why they put the Ceros on there twice. They could have just left the Mucitup on there and then the Ceros over here. That's alright though. Jimping's not bad. It looks, yeah, it actually feels pretty good too. Just needs cleaned up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Just had some little fuzzies on there from the box. Yeah, the jimping actually feels good. Little the blades like concave at the top. That's nice. Feels pretty sharp. I really don't know how well this cuts. I'm kind of curious now. Hold on one second. Let me... Man, figure I ain't got no paper. I ain't got no paper. I'll have to do another video just with the cutting and see how well it cuts. So, we have a aluminum frame loop. That's G10, by the way. That is not aluminum. I wonder if they have different variations of this then. I'm sure they probably do then. That would make sense. Well, it's like a G10, orange G10 frame loop right there. Probably a steel. Yeah, it just says, yep, just an aluminum pocket clip or steel or something. Probably steel. Not bad. I wish it was a little bit bigger, though. Come out a little bit, farther out. Let me try it out in my pocket real quick. Actually, it slides right in. Stupid easy, but my pocket's a little thinner. The fabric is not jeans. Maybe that's why. The G10's tacky and sticky, so... And I was surprised that actually flipped open. Dude. Because, look, it covers up by the liner lock. But you could flick that open, dude. And it's snappy. This is better than I thought it was going to be, dude. Not bad. Screws are man, those screws are recessed and there's something crazy. Like they're recessed, recessed. You can see the screws come out right there on the inside. So G10 handle, G10 backspacer. You got the little Ceros Rhino look right there, obviously. As you can see, there's a little look right there. It's the same thing. Pot clip is reversible. You got a flipper tab, no jimping on it, but it's snappy. It falls shut pretty well. I cannot believe that finger hole like works that well. That's not bad though, man. I kind of like that. Anything else really to talk about before I go on? I don't think so. Yeah, that's about it, man. That's kind of cool. I kind of really like that. Let's put this stuff away though and move on. Maybe. There we go. Put that right there. Since it's open, let's check out the utility knife from NTI EDC. So it comes with blades, which is always, that's honestly awesome. I'm glad they do that. Looks like about 10 of them. Oiled up, ready to go. That's what I love about utility knives, like when they come with a whole bunch of extra blades. It makes life easier, you know what I mean? Made in China. Professional outdoor products, thank you, yada yada yada. And they actually have a titanium version of this too. That's one I kind of wanted to check out, but you know, a little more expensive. Okay, try it again. Nope. Okay, that was me just screwed up big time. Kind of greasy or oily, you know what I mean? The handle feels like it. So it is like a carbon fiber overlay type thing. Yeah, I guess it's carbon fiber. They have a lot of variations of this too, so if you don't like the silver, obviously check out the other ones. Got a, well, obviously you can adjust the pivot right there. Thumb studs you can also take off right there. You got a screw hole right there. Crossbar lock. Pocket clip. Not too bad. Not too bad. Pretty long though. Definitely goes almost over half the length of the handle. What I do like is that it is recessed. And the screws are too. But it's only on one side though, so that kind of sucks. It's not reversible, but yeah, that's what stinks. Because obviously, for me, it's perfect because I'm right-handed. But if you're left-handed, obviously, it's a crossbar lock. It's perfect to reverse it, but all right, not too bad for the reverse flick. Thumb flick, not bad. Thumb studs are a little smooth though. I wish I had a little bit of like jimping or something on there, a little texture, just something to help flick. Comes with a multi-tool type thing too. Obviously, if you tighten this up a little tight, you just take this in here and like one way or the other, do your thing. But obviously, it's probably a ball opener that's like a hexagon, like a for like bits and stuff like that, drivers, stuff like that. I have an impact, so obviously I don't need this type of stuff. Which is great. Here's a little dude. That's a little Phillips right there. Here's a little flathead. That's a square head, dude. Okay, this thing is kind of dope. All right, you got a square head, you got a flat head. Probably use that as a pry bar too. You got your little hex bit right there. You got your little jimping type stuff in there for the frame or for the blade. You got jimping right there, I'm assuming. Boop. That's kind of cool. All right, so that's cool. Okay, it's cooler than I thought it was. So all you do for the screw is just take it out. If you want to change the blade. I don't like how big that is, though. I wish it was a tad bit smaller. I guess you can hit it. It's almost like jimping. It's like almost like jimping in a way. But okay, let's just move on. So that comes off pretty easy, and the blade comes right out. Super easy. I'm going to go put a new one right back in. Well, I do like that Okay, so most of the blade shows, which is great. Come on out. The blade stops right there. So that much is not showing. So you do have most of the blade showing, which is perfect. You can use it all. Because I know with a lot of my work utility knives, like the blade doesn't show, like maybe half of it only shows. But which is great because you can flip it out to the other side. But if you have like a lot of cutting stuff, like this right here would be great for insulation, like that you're throwing in walls, stuff like that. Because it's the bigger blade would work a little better for that, in my opinion. I think. Because then you could get it like a longer cut, a better cut, thicker cut too. Obviously it's insulation, you can pat it down, smash it, then cut, but sometimes it's a pain in the butt, and this would be perfect for that. And it's pretty locked in there, pretty well, pretty tight. Cool. Dude, that's not bad. I like it. I can dig that. Especially since they come with extra blades. Awesome. A little utility tool. See if we can get back in there. Everything, it's just too big. There, maybe like that. Okay, the case sucks. Case sucks, I'll give it that. The case is a stinker. Yeah. Yeah, it is. And I think I just heard thunder outside. So this is the knife. What we got going? Okay. Oh, see, that's why I was able to check this out. Kind of cool. I thought it was kind of cool, you know. They offered. I was like, okay. I wanted to check it out just because you could change the blades. Okay, how do you get the blades out? Okay. So obviously we're going to be careful because I don't want to cut myself. So they have different blade shapes. They have this right here, obviously like a rounded edge, and they have like a reverse tonto, whatever. Blade style. So let's just check one out, put the rest back in. We'll have to be careful with that, not to light ourselves up. But that snapped right open really well. Oh, I guess they went back in this first. We'll do that all later. I want to keep safe, obviously, too, because I don't want to light myself up, because that'd be a bad day for everyone. So, not a bad little blade. Let's clean it off. It is 440C, though, so it's more of your cheaper stuff. This is not very expensive, but what's so cool about this is you change out the blades. That's dope, dude. Dope. Obviously, it's a rear flipper tab, or you can do, like, if you're right-handed, obviously, there you go. Liner lock also. This thing's... I don't know what that does. Huh. I guess like maybe if you wanted it farther out. Yeah, I guess so. That's okay, that is what I think it is. You want it farther out, you just make it farther out. You want it closer in. There you go. I like that. Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay. I do like that. No jimping on the rear flipper tab, but it's snappy. Works. Pot clip is reversible. It's recessed as well as the screws. And it has extra screws right there in there, so it doesn't look as goofy with just regular holes. G10 backspacer right there, steel liners. I'm going to pause the video real quick. I'm going to see how to take this apart, change out that blade. I'm assuming it's those screws right there, so I'm going to pause it real quick. Alright, so I'm not going to continue to take it apart. I'll probably do another video on this thing, but I think you have to... Well, here, hold on. Let me pause it again. Alright, so I actually figured it out, kind of. So it is kind of a pain in the butt a little bit. You wouldn't think it would be, but it is. I kind of had to fight with this screw right here. You have to move this in and out. So I can get these two screws out, but I couldn't get this one out because you can see I kind of did it on the G10 and it wouldn't come. Same with this right here. So I haven't got it all the way back together yet, as you can see. I got to put this back on. Like this, that comes out too a little bit. It locks in there just a smidge. So let me see if I can kind of do it on camera real quick. Okay, so it also is a flathead right there. This thing is. There, I got it on camera, sorry. You just have to kind of wiggle it in there. All right, I'll pause it again. All right, so I don't know how many of you like to make your lives harder than they are, but I like to. This is stupid because of how easy it is. It has nothing to do with the freaking screws. I'm kind of mad. Not really, but it's. All you gotta do? Make sure these are tightened. If you took them off, don't take them off. Leave them on. The screws are pointless. Leave the screws there. They're to hold everything together. All you have to do. This tightens the blade down. So this is not for your thumb stud. It is to flick it open, but the unscrew it and screw it is make it longer, whatever, is not just to make it better for you. But to get the blade out, you unscrew this and it stops because it has a spring on the inside, which is what I found out. All you have to do is, now I unscrewed it, as you can see right there, there's a little bit of gap. Push that in. The freaking blade comes out. Push it back in. There you go. Locked in. A little loose. Guess what? Tighten this back down. No blade play. Freaking stupid. Here, you know what? I'll show you again. Let's change the blade back out. Because that is obviously the different blade, as you can tell. I unscrewed that. Push it in. Doesn't go in. Oh, wait. Got to push that down. There you go. Super easy. So, don't be stupid like me. Be better than me. But other than me having to figure that out, it works. Not bad. Not too shabby. But that's all I've really got. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to figure things out and play around with them. But not bad after you figure it out, especially for the price point. Kind of cool. Definitely something you can just take and just tear up outside, cut whatever you want, and replace the blade. Super easy, right? That's all I got, though. If you guys have questions, comments, you might have them. Hopefully I figured that out for you. But let me know. And if you like the video, leave a thumbs up. All right? Thanks, guys.